That's good. It's tart. It's tangy. It's got a little sweet to it.
I'm Joseph Brooks, and this is Lawyer in the Kitchen.
Welcome to Lawyer in the Kitchen. Today we're going to make a very simple one-pan dish. It takes about an hour and a half to make. This is a very festive Christmas dish. This is called Christmas Pomegranate Chicken. You're going to love this. So let's talk about the pomegranate. First of all, this part right here, that's actually the bottom. Okay, they grow like this. Okay, and they're really cool. These were known to be used in the Indus Valley of Egypt before the time of Moses. Some people think Persia. I kind of like that. There's a lot of things about this that are very, very interesting. In Chinese, this is called, or in China, this is called a Chinese apple. The ancient Greeks used to say that this fruit came from the blood of a tree from Dionysus, or Dionysus. I'll never get that name right. Anyhow, some Greek guy. This pomegranate's gonna look good because it's gonna be Christmassy because we're gonna use all kinds of great ingredients that are gonna go with this. First of all, we're gonna have pomegranate juice. No additives, just regular, pure pomegranate juice. And the reason why there's so much missing is because it also calls for pomegranate molasses, which I'm currently making on my own because I can't find that in Tallahassee. This takes about an hour to make. All this is in here is 2 cups of pomegranate juice, about a 1/4 cup of sugar, and about 1/8 of a cup of lemon juice. And you boil that for about an hour until it gets thick, and that we'll put in there in the pan. That'll keep going. We'll have about a 1/4 cup of honey, about a tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. We'll save this for the actual top, and we'll have about 4 cloves of garlic minced finely, about the juice from 1 lemon, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 8 to 10 chicken thighs. Thighs are best. All we're going to do is we're going to end up salting those first and letting them sit for 30 minutes. Then we're going to make the marinade. And the marinade in this instance, we're actually going to cook the dish in the marinade in one pan in the oven, change the temperature a couple of times. First thing we're going to do is put a little bit of salt on the skins. And the reason we're going to do that is we're going to let this dry out the skin a little bit. It should make it a little bit crispier. Now we're going to let this sit on there for about 30 minutes before we do anything else. We're going to put this in the refrigerator uncovered for 30 minutes. So we're going to add the 1/3 cup of pomegranate juice. Remember, no added sugars, no added anything, just pure pomegranate juice. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of nice olive oil, a tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. That's going to give it the tartness along with the lemon, and a 1/2 cup of honey. And we're not going to worry about the seeds too much. It's probably better to do that with a fork than a knife.
Less dangerous.
Yeah. All right. So, and then the only other thing we have is the 4 cloves of garlic. We want to finely grate them or mince them. This thing actually works pretty nicely. Put that in there. I'm going to heat this because this is too gunky. I'm going to heat that to mix it, and then I'm going to let it cool down again before I put it on the chicken, because we don't, I may even put this in the freezer, because we don't want to poach the chicken. We want to marinate the chicken with this for about a 1/2 hour or more, and we want this cool. Okay, so I've gotten this all melted back in, and because of all the other liquid that's in this marinade, this is going to be fine. But again, we don't want to put the chicken in this, because this will poach the chicken. It'll start cooking it. We don't want to do that. We just want this to absorb. So that's good. This is all mixed. All of that is thinned out. I ended up leaving this marinade in the refrigerator, actually the freezer, for 10 minutes to get it cold. But it's cool, so, and that's how we want it. But see how we had to remelt that molasses, but that's a nice smooth mixture now. So that's good. And if you look at our chicken, this has been sitting in the refrigerator with just salt on it for about 40 minutes. And you can see the moisture that the salt has pulled out of that skin. And that's exactly what we want to do. So now we're going to wipe that with a paper towel. You can use 8 to 10. I've got a big skillet, so I'm going with 10. I'm going to make this in a skillet. And we're going to pour some of this over here right now, just to get it started. And we're going to cover this up. We're going to mix it well, though. We're going to mix it very well here in just a second. And we're going to cook this in this liquid as well. We're going to marinate this for about 30 minutes in the refrigerator. You could do this overnight. Overnight is fine. And here's where you get into it a little bit. We're going to make sure that's absolutely mixed up. That is ready to be covered, and we'll put it in the refrigerator for 30 minutes, and then we'll put it in the oven. Now it's time to go ahead and put your oven on at 400. We pulled this out of the refrigerator, and it has marinated for about 35 minutes actually. So we're going to put each of these pieces in the skillet, skin side up. And if we run out of room, we may not cook all of them, because we're getting close here. So we're going to pour this marinade now over all of this. So this is going in the oven for 45 minutes. We'll check the temperature. We're looking for 165, and then we're going to cook it for about another 10 minutes, basting it with the juices and let it get dark, but then we're going to increase the oven to about 450. It's been 45 minutes. We're going to check the temperature, make sure we're at 165. And we're beyond that, so we're absolutely good. Let's check another one. That's actually fine. We're going to take this up to 450 now. We're going to coat these over one more time. We're going to do this a couple more times. This will darken them up just a tad. And about 10 minutes. Meanwhile, we're going to get this pomegranate ready. We're going to cut the core out. And one of the ways to do this is to put this in water so that you don't get juice all over the place. And then start breaking them out with your thumbs like this. All right, let's get the rest of the residue out of here. We'll dump this out in the sink. Look how dark that's getting. That's great. It's about 10 minutes. We'll pull that out. All right, so we've had this at 10 minutes at 450 degrees. We cranked it up. Should be a little blacker now. A little darker, of course. Ah, look at that. Look at that. That looks great. And we're now ready to dress this. Let's put some pomegranate seeds. A couple handfuls. Some green. And there we have Christmas pomegranate chicken. We're going to taste this now. All right, which one are we going to do? Let's try this one. Look how this looks. This looks pretty good to me. Look at that. It's nice and moist. Steaming, but moist. I'm gonna dip it in this sauce. It's going to be hot. That's good. It's tart. It's tangy. It's got a little sweet to it. The pomegranate seeds are great. That's good. If you enjoy this video, please please subscribe and like. I'd appreciate it. And I'll see you next time on Lawyer in the Kitchen.